This is so common when it comes to seniors. This is especially true when it comes to your seniors, your loved ones who live in a different state. They can become very lonely. Hi, I'm Joe Lorenzana, and today we're going to talk about how to prevent loneliness with our seniors. Before we talk about how to prevent loneliness, let's talk about some of the signs of loneliness. The first sign is changes in sleep patterns, physical symptoms. Sleeping is probably the best sign of indicating someone that has a bit of loneliness. They start feeling as if they have headaches, fatigue, overall general malaise. They're just not feeling like themselves. Typically, these things that start happening is based on a deprivation of sleep. So if there's an issue with sleep and the patterns are actually going a little bit off, that may be a sign of loneliness. We may want to take a look at that. Number two, a decreased interest in hobbies or activities. Another sign is basically looking at your loved ones decrease in their overall activity, their interest into what they liked doing before. This is another sign where it leads to loneliness, which obviously we all know may lead into depression as well. If you see a significant change, and that change could be subtle, of your loved one losing their interest in their basic hobbies and interests and activities, that may be something to look at, and we may want to start engaging in conversation, an empathic conversation, just to identify, is there an issue? Are there mild signs of loneliness or even depression? The third sign is obviously a change in eating habits. Now, when we start getting into eating habits and things of this nature, when it comes to consumption of food, that's a big deal now, because now we're changing a habit that's actually part of their health. Loneliness can affect appetite. It leads to changing in eating habits. Some seniors start to really get into a habit of eating less and less than usual. And this is where we start getting into real dangerous signs, because now this is becoming potentially a medical issue. Again, what is the solution? Active engagement, empathic listening, trying to identify what are the concerns, because the solution may just be very simple. The fourth sign is a lack of personal care. This is another sign where you can sort of obviously pick up on with a decline in personal care, such as neglecting hygiene, grooming, looking dowdy throughout the day. These are sort of signs of motivation, basically a lack of motivation, if you will, of taking care of themselves. These are, again, subtle signs of potential signs of loneliness and maybe even signs of mild depression. The fifth sign is an increase in technology use. Now, the screen, everyone knows, the TV, the phone, the computer are basically ways to lock in someone's attention, just so that it's sort of like an artificial stimulant, so that there's something to keep them going and not, preventing them from becoming socially active. This is a sign of loneliness, basically. If they're constantly losing interest in activities and engagement with other people and going to the TV, going to the phone, going to the computer all the time, if it starts to become excessive, this can be an issue.
Now that you know the signs, let's talk about ways to prevent it. Engaging in social activities that align with their interests, joining clubs, classes where they can meet people who share common interests with them. This can be community events, senior center activities, or volunteer activities.
Regarding activities, when it comes to brain health, we know that social interaction is very, very key. It's very important. That dynamic in itself, the constant engagement and communication back and forth of someone that actually has interest, is good for brain stimulation. It helps prevent a further memory loss. It obviously helps prevent amyloid plaques and some things of that nature. And that's very good when it comes to brain health. Sudoku and other activities by themselves are good, but social interaction is the best remedy for that.
Maintaining hobbies and interests. Some examples of this may be gardening, crafting, going to the library to pick out some books. 3, stay physically active. So if they're attending an exercise class, not only are they bringing those two pieces together that we just talked about, the social interaction, the activities that they enjoy doing, but they're also getting exercise, which, as we know, increased oxygen to the brain can help with their overall mood. 4, get support. Have a companion stay with them throughout the day. A caregiver can help take them to these activities or to help them engage in these activities at home. To learn more, visit our website at absihc.com/Raleigh.